Before getting into this video, I do want to put a little disclaimer. Like always, gotta love the online world. This video is to help those of you that would like to ditch certain items and have healthier alternatives. And this is not just for food. I have a mix of a lot of things here. So I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I just wanted to let you guys know this video is just to help you out. This is not to put anybody down. So with that all being said, please be kind in the comment section, not just to me, but to everybody else down below. The first thing to ditch is Heinz ketchup. I know this is like an American staple at everybody's fridge and at all restaurants. Heinz ketchup is just very alarming with the ingredients. I'm not perfect. I am learning how to eat healthier still. Even at 32 years old, I'm learning how to eat healthier. And we ended up switching from this ketchup to this ketchup in 2020. This ketchup is a lot more pricier, but the ingredients are very good. Actual vegetables in this, and it tastes like ketchup. So it has squash, it has carrots, things like that. There's no weird ingredients in this ketchup. There's no added sugar, which that was a big thing for me. Was the main reason why I wanted to get rid of Heinz was the enormous amount of sugar in Heinz. And also, another thing that's alarming is the fact that Heinz ketchup in Europe versus Heinz ketchup in the States, completely different, the ingredients. So there's a lot of ingredients that we're using in the US that's banned in Europe due to what it does to our health. So just a little heads up, you guys, be very, very careful when it comes to certain condiments in the US. Please try your best to check the labels. I know labels are kind of hard to read. I'm still learning how to read labels. Thankfully, we have some apps now that kind of break down what ingredients are bad and good. So the app that I've been using is the Yuka app. Again, take everything with a grain of salt because sometimes the app does mess up. But when it comes to Heinz ketchup, if you scan the barcode, it will tell you what score it is, how bad it is for you. It'll tell you the amount of sugar, things like that. So just be very careful with Heinz ketchup. It is one of those brands that's very questionable with what they put in their products. Also, you guys, with these apps that help you read the ingredients, they will give you suggestions down below, healthier suggestions. But again, take that with a grain of salt as well. Try to do your own research when it comes to ingredients. Don't just go off by these apps because sometimes they are wrong. Next food item is Skippy's peanut butter. I grew up with this peanut butter, and I kid you not, you guys, there was days when I was a kid where I would just take a spoon and just eat away. Now I know why I was eating it with a spoon and not making a peanut butter and jelly with it, and that is because it tastes like candy. It's just straight up sugar in this peanut butter, sugar, salt. Sometimes they add corn syrup. Again, I'm not perfect when it comes to what I'm eating. I'm still learning on how to live a healthier and eat a healthier diet, I should say. But this is the one peanut butter that I stopped purchasing, I want to say maybe around 2016, and I switched over to this peanut butter right here. There are so many options when it comes to natural peanut butter and almond butter. My favorite is almond butter. I found that I'm not really a fan of peanut butter. I was a fan of peanut butter when it had a bunch of sugar, but I prefer almond butter. So we normally get our nut butters from Whole Foods or Stop and Shop, but make sure to check the ingredients again. The ingredients that I like to see when it comes to these nut butters is just nuts. That's it. I like it unsalted. Everyone has their own preference though. If you like it salted, then the ingredients, it should just be two ingredients, the nuts and the salt, or for me, just the nuts. And it does produce its own oil. The best way when it comes to dealing with the oils, with the natural ones, instead of like constantly stirring it, you can flip it upside down and put it in the fridge. So those natural oils will end up going to the bottom of the jar, and you don't have to like constantly stir it anymore. Next up is plastic water bottles. Can we get over this? Like, this is just horrible. Horrible for the environment. Horrible for our budget as well. The best thing when it comes to, the best alternative when it comes to water bottles is having your own reusable water bottle, whether it's a Stanley cup, whether it's a random Amazon cup, or you made your own water bottle cup out of like a mason jar, which I've been doing lately. It's better to drink water from your faucet with a filter. Or if you are lucky enough to have a fridge that has a filter in it, that's a lot better than constantly purchasing water bottles. Again, it's better for your budget and it's better for the environment. Any kind of skincare products that have iffy ingredients, again, there's so many apps where you can check each ingredient and what it does, if it's going to harm your skin, if it's good for sensitive skin. There's so many wonderful apps out there that will help you out. I want to say my teenage years, in my early 20s, I was using crappy skincare products. I was using a lot of, what is that called? It's like, you know the face wash from, I think it was Claire and Clean? I forgot the brand. But they used to have like microbeads in the face wash. And I used to wash my face with that every day. And I kid you not, my acne was everywhere. I had so many pimples, not even just on my face, because I used to use that stuff on my neck. I had so many pimples on my chest, my neck. And come to find out, they actually stopped selling the one that had those like microbeads because I guess it was going in the drain and going into the ocean, something like that. And then they found out that it was like tearing your skin. So yeah, that was one of the toxic products that I was using. I don't even know the ingredients, but all I know is that that product tortured my skin in my high school days. So try to do your research when it comes to what skincare products you want to use, want to purchase, or that you are using. Next thing to ditch is excessive screen time. This is self-explanatory, I feel like, because when it comes to overdoing it with screen time, I don't know about you guys, but I get a huge tech headache. My eyes start to get really, really sore and dry. So try your best to limit your screen time. And if you feel like you're a little bit too obsessive with social media, delete some of the apps, take a break from them, like whether it's a couple days, a week. For me personally, I do not have Netflix, Hulu. I don't have any of those apps on my phone because if I'm gonna watch something, I'll watch it either on my laptop or the projector. And I try my best to not watch something while scrolling on my phone, because I was doing that before where I had something playing on the laptop. I was either just scrolling on Instagram, Pinterest. So I was like overstraining my eyes with my phone and the laptop. So now I make it a point to, if I'm going to watch something, then I will watch it just on my laptop for a certain amount of time, whether it's one episode of a show. Or if I'm going to spend some time on my phone, I give myself either a half hour or 15 minutes. I try not to go over an hour because I will get a massive tech headache. Next thing to ditch is neglecting self-care. You have to remember that you're important too. Whether you're a busy mom, whether you are always working, try your best to take a nice warm bath. That's a form of self-care. Eat your favorite meal, form of self-care. Self-care doesn't always have to be, or doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy a bunch of products to put on your face and your body. It could be the simplest thing as ordering your favorite pizza or Chinese food and watching one of your favorite movies or a new episode of your show. That's a form of self-care. Try your best not to neglect self-care because like I said, you guys are important too. Everything else can wait and will wait. You can give yourself an hour, or even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes, you can give yourself some time to yourself. Next thing to ditch is plastic grocery bags. Ditch the plastic, get some reusable bags. There's so many nowadays. In my area, plastic bags are actually not allowed anymore, which is wonderful. I absolutely love that rule. There's paper bags now, but I use reusable bags. I've had my reusable bags for a long time. Every time, like when I come home with groceries or something, I will make it a point to put those bags back in the trunk of my car, so that way I am not spending money on more reusable bags because I forgot mine at home. So if you purchase reusable bags, try to make it a point to put them back in your car. Next thing to ditch is constant fast food. I know eating out is fun. I know trying new recipes is fun, but what is not fun is ruining your budget and also your health. It's healthier to cook homemade meals at home. It's also cheaper, and you get to learn a new skill. Disposable sponges. I haven't had a disposable sponge since 2016. I switched over to reusable sponges around that time and I'm never going back. These are the best thing that I have ever purchased when it comes to our household. Even my household, when I lived alone, I had reusable sponges. It's one less thing to throw out and think of. They will last you years. All you have to do is throw them in the wash. You can put them in the dryer or you can hang them out to dry, whatever your preference is. Sometimes I throw them in the dryer, sometimes I hang them on the windowsill to dry. Either way, it works great when it comes to not purchasing these disposable sponges anymore They're better for the environment, and again, better for your budget. One less thing to purchase and more money in your savings account. Another thing to ditch is chemical air fresheners. I don't know about you guys, but these things give me a headache. I am so sensitive when it comes to scent or artificial scent. Unfortunately, I have a very sensitive nose and stomach, and I've noticed that a lot of other people do, but they want their house to smell good. So another alternative to these chemical air fresheners, also these are really bad if you have pets and kids around. These can create an asthma attack or allergies. So the best alternative is a simmer pot. And I will say my favorite simmer pot to make is around the winter time is, you just get a pot filled with water. I'll add some cinnamon sticks and then the core of the apple. So we always have apples on hand in the fall and winter time, and I will save the cores, and at the end of the week I'll put the core with the cinnamon sticks in the pot with water, and the house smells like fresh cinnamon apple bread. It smells absolutely delicious, and it goes through the entire house. We do live in a small apartment, but my first apartment was actually bigger than this, and the simmer pot still worked really well even with a bigger apartment. Another thing to ditch, and this is for my ladies, and that is cleaners for down there. I have tried so many cleaners when I was in my teenage years and 20s because I listened to everybody around me, and that was stupid because I had so many UTIs, so many yeast infections by using these products, Summer Eve, and all of these products that say that they're going to help balance your pH level and stuff like that. It's a bunch of crap. I've had numerous doctors and gynecologists tell me, do not put nothing down there. Please, no perfume, no fragrances, no cleaners down there. So what I use now is just unscented bar soap, and you clean around the area, never clean inside. Try your best to ditch the down there cleaners. It just causes more harm than good. Another thing to ditch is an excessive amount of self-care products. I've talked about this in the beginning of this video. You do not need a ton of self-care products in order to have a self-care night or day. You can get away with the bare minimum. I personally have tried some of the Dove scrubs, things like that, and I just don't really see a difference. Even though it feels nice, it's just not necessary. All I use is that unscented Dove bar soap, and that's basically it. And then when it comes to shaving, I use a conditioner bar soap, and that's it. So you just need soap, lotion, maybe one face mask, and you have yourself a simple self-care night. You do not need every product you see online. I know those self-care videos are fun to watch, but they are very, very excessive, and you do not need to spend an arm and a leg to have a relaxing night to yourself. Next thing to ditch is clothes in your closet that you're not wearing. Donate them, give them to friends and family. There's no need to have clothes in your closet that you are not wearing. Any junk that is lying around in your car, get rid of it right now. Pause this video, go out to your car, grab a little bag, and throw out things that you're not using. There's no need to have items in your car that you're not using, or random items that actually don't belong in your car. Bring them in the house, bring them back in the house, and put them where they actually belong. Another thing to ditch, and this is kind of important, and that is any kind of food that is expired. Always check the dates before consuming something. You do not want to get sick. I've had food poisoning quite a few times due to certain expired items. Any beauty services you just don't need at the moment. So if you're trying to save money but you get your nails done every month and you know you don't really need your nails done, you can just have nice short clear nails in order to save the, I don't know how much nails are these days. Back in the day, I was spending like $80 to $100 a month on my nails when I used to get them done. And I used to do like the gel with the designs. They're probably more money now, but I soon realized that I don't need to be spending that money. I should be putting that money towards savings because I was actually saving up for a decent car. So instead of putting the money on my nails, I put the money back into my bank account. So try to figure out what beauty services you don't really need at the moment. I'm not telling you guys to ditch all of it. Till this day, I still get my eyebrows threaded. That's something that I really like, and I have a unibrow, so that's something that not only do I really like, but I do need to get done every now and then. But when it comes to my nails, pedicures, my hair getting done, I don't really need any of that right now. All I need is a good trim, tiny little trim that my sister-in-law does, luckily for free. But even if she didn't do hair, I would get a tiny little trim every 6 months. I think that's the time you're supposed to get it done, every 6 or 4 months. I don't dye my hair or anything like that. So what I used to do was get my hair dyed, get my hair done, get my nails done. What else? I used to get a lot of stuff done when it comes to like beauty services. And then I soon realized, like, I don't need my nails done. I don't need my hair done all the time. I don't need to dye it right now. And I can just save all that money for now. It's not forever. It's just for now. So any beauty services that you feel that you can just live without in order to save some money for now, just ditch the services you don't need. And the last thing on the list is to ditch these 1-year fancy planners and get yourself a planner that's going to last you 6 to 7 years. I do want to come up with my own planner one day, but it does take a lot when it comes to coming out with your own product, a lot of time, a lot of money. So that's on the back burner for now. So I was sick and tired of purchasing those 1-year planners because, believe it or not, the price of the 1-year planners, they're like $20 to $30. You can get a 7-year planner for the same price or cheaper. And most importantly, like I've been saying, I sound like a broken record by now, but this is one less thing that you need to purchase for years and years to come. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you would like a part 2, and I will catch you in the next one.